Greetings, I'm Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator, today with Pillar Labs Tabletop Games. Today's episode is Fluxx, the ever-changing card game. Goal of the game is, goal of the game's not out there yet. I'd actually play the goal of the game in the form of an actual card. And then once there's a goal in play, the first person to have the keepers needed to reach that goal will win. Does anybody have any of the keepers? No. Well, good luck finding them in the deck. Alright. So, at the start of the game, basic rules, card starts in play. Everyone starts with 3 cards from the deck. And then random first player and play proceeds clockwise. On your turn, you will draw 1 and then play 1, unless these have been modified. A keeper goes out in front of you. There's no limit to how many keepers you can have. Keepers are how you achieve the goals. Alternatively, you can play an action card. It's a one-use effect. Do what it says, and then discard it. The goal replaces any previous goal that is currently in play, and the first player to have those 2 keepers wins. There are some alternative goals, like have 10 cards in hand or have 5 keepers. The first person to achieve that wins, but it's entirely possible for 2 players to be tied, at which point the game continues until the tie is broken, or the goal changes. Most importantly are the new rules. They will cover up the basic rule or go into play. Like, new rule, get on with it. Before your final play, if you are not empty-handed, you may discard your entire hand and draw 3. Then your turn ends immediately. All the new rules will start adding up and make things kind of tricky. But in general, if it's the same type of rule, the new rule will replace an old one. So draw 5 and play 1, starting with the next player. There's no hand limit unless the rule for hand limits comes out. Eventually, somebody will have the keepers needed to reach the goal and the game will end. If this deck ever runs out, it'll get reshuffled and rebuilt. Let's see if we can actually find those keepers. There's peace. Yeah, there's a bunch of the different keepers, and there's like multiple goals that make use of the same type of keeper. Like, let's see which ones. See if I find. More of the peace ones. There we go. World peace or hippieism. Yeah, a lot of the goals kind of make sense for the keepers they require. Like, turn it up is music and party. Or bedtime is sleep and time. Let's see if I find. Where is it? There we go. So yeah, If you got those keepers and that goal's in play, you win. And of course, since the game goes pretty fast anyway, it's just reshuffle, redeal, and play another game. See who can win like 3 games in a session. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Why do I like the game? Very simple framework. Well, the game is just it's a fine game. It's very random. It's very quick, which is nice. The game itself can be built on with other themes or properties pretty easily, which is why there's a bunch of additional types of Fluxx games. If you like to take a step further and do add in another card type called Creeper that you play on your opponents and they can't win at all unless that's what the goal requires. The reason why I'm bringing up this game in particular is if you have any interest whatsoever in game design, this is a good game to study. This is a good game to go make some blank cards and then make your own approach to the game as kind of a study exercise in game design. Basic rules, objectives to reach, ways to reach those objectives, ways to establish the rules and then mess with them, actions to just do one-shot effects and mess with things. Making your own approach to Fluxx is just a good exercise in paying attention to all those things. And since there may be something you like that they don't have a Fluxx for, you might try experimenting with your approach to Fluxx for that thing you like. That one guy / thing, as Cameron put it. But aside from that, yeah, it's just a nice, quick little game to kill some time and maybe have some good laughs or two. Yeah, there's some other things to think about. It's like if they made a goal card for every pair of keepers, that would probably be a lot. So one of the lessons you might take from studying the game is when to cut off the combinations. Granted, there's some combination ideas that would have been nice to have featured, but you can understand why they had to limit it. I'm just gonna mess with the cards because it's just kind of fun, you know. What are some goal ideas I would have liked to have seen personally out of what's in here? Yeah, just meandering through the game now. Shoot. Let's see here. Let's say that hurt everyone. Just some ideas that kind of ran through my head of like, what else could have been like a goal idea? Like the rocket and television for. Didn't they like televise like rocket launches at some point? Or the moon in the eye for, Amore. That's going to be an old reference. Let's see if anyone remembers that one. Yeah, for all the potential combinations, sometimes you just gotta cut it down to a reasonable amount to work with a limited number of cards. That's another game design challenge approach is what's the most you can do with as few cards as necessary. Having to limit your options, limit what you can accomplish. Games like Love Letter and Cypher use like less than a few dozen cards and still make for some decent games. This is 100 cards, and it's just a solid, fast little game. And you know what? Sometimes that's all you really need. Something simple, something fast, something you can play a ton of times and not have to think too hard. But yeah, it's Fluxx. Um, oh yeah, this version also has a solo mode that I'll probably try out on my own later. But yeah, check it out. There's probably a Fluxx for you, or you can make your own. You can have fun with the game. You can learn from it to design your own. Just enjoy it. Thanks for watching. This is Pillar. We'll see you next time.